Hey, what's up, everybody? I want to welcome you to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Daily Recap, where we give you a recap of all of the hot topics that we covered that day. You can catch them in their long format and also catch it fully streaming for free on Apple Podcasts. So, as you guys know, this whole GOAT debate has taken on many different forms, right? We've been arguing it for a very long time. But one of the ways that LeBron, in many ways, but one of the particular roads that these guys like to take us down is the fact that LeBron had a tougher career, right? Is this whole thing of who did Michael Jordan play versus who did LeBron play? Look at the competition that LeBron played, right? That's enough reason. These guys are looking for every single thing that they can to give LeBron James a leg up in this GOAT debate. So a video was referred to me from a number of years ago, and it was from First Things First. And the title of the show, in case you guys want to go watch it again, it's called "No Way LeBron Won the Two Hardest Championships in NBA History, Chris Broussard." And this video has about 450,000 views. Now, why is it interesting that Chris Broussard is saying this? Because Chris is also represented by Clutch Sports. But here's what I think is the difference between Chris and the rest of these guys. And some people think this is funny. Some people think, oh man, you're insane. But I truly believe this. As you guys know, Chris is a staunch Christian. And I think that the fact that Chris is so religious, he refuses to play the game that a lot of these other guys play. He's not going to come up here and lie to you about LeBron being better than Jordan when he doesn't believe it. I just don't think he will. He's one of the few clutch guys that I think he has LeBron ranked number 2, but he's probably one of the best, if not the best one of the best people on TV at making counter LeBron arguments for being a GOAT. I'm talking about Chris Broussard. He is one of, if not the best at it. And in this clip, man, he absolutely obliterated the conversation in about 3 minutes or less. It was absolutely spectacular, the job that he did. Take a listen to Chris Broussard here.
All right, Chris Broussard is back with us again. I mean, Broussard, is he right? Is LeBron James right?
First of all, I got to give LeBron props. This was a clever, subtle way of saying, I'm the GOAT, without saying yes. I'm the GOAT, as he did 4 years ago. So I'll give him props for that. But no, he's not right. Look, and I get the bubble situation. I think it was really hard on LeBron. We know how much of a family man he is. He said he didn't see his kids till he got out of the bubble. That is rough. We know he's a man of routine, as he said on the podcast. That's broken in the bubble. I get it. But I can also point to things that would have made it easier. No travel. No distractions, no hostile crowds to deal with on the road. And as a 35-year-old with 16 to 17 years of experience or wear and tear, really, he got a 4-month break in the season before the playoffs started. So that helped his body. And then the opponent that they faced. I don't blame the Lakers for it, but they faced arguably the worst team to ever reached the NBA Finals, and that was before the Miami Heat lost 2 of their 3 best players, Goran Dragic, who missed 4 of the 6 finals games, and Bam Adebayo, who missed 2 of the 6 finals games. So there's no way this was the hardest finals to win, or one of them. Secondly, Golden State. If you want to say it's the greatest comeback in NBA Finals history, absolutely. If you want to say it's one of the most epic finals, absolutely. But I can't give you credit for being down 3-1. That Golden State team that won 73 games was not unbeatable, obviously, but they were down 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals to Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City choked. That's the only reason Golden State even got to those finals. So that's being down 3-1 to that team, I can't give you credit for that, especially when if you look on paper, I got LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Love, and I got Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. I kind of like this trio over here with LeBron, the best player in the world. So the talent was very close. You didn't need to be down 3-1. So it was a great comeback. but I can't say it was definitively the greatest finals win or hardest finals win in history.
So you heard what Chris had to say. Chris brought up some points that we have been bringing up for quite some time. One of the points is this. Do you guys know, because they like to say, oh, the greatest Warriors team, LeBron had no chance, and this, even Kevin Durant, he had no chance, and this. Do you know that I think LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Kevin Love, and Kyrie Irving, I think averaged a little bit more points per game, and I think more rebounds per game and more assists per game than the big three of the Golden State Warriors? Are you guys aware of that? I'm talking about KD, Clay, and stuff. Are you guys aware of that? If you had to pick between LeBron James, LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Love versus Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, and Klay Thompson, how are you not picking LeBron James? That duo. Wouldn't LeBron fans pick them? Now, LeBron fans will say, well, it's a team game, but here's the thing. This unbeatable team that they were talking about, the San Antonio Spurs had them down like 20 points at the half in that playoff run until Zaza Pachulia injured Kawhi Leonard on purpose. They had them down. The unbeatable team that the Cleveland Cavaliers couldn't even have a lead on, the Spurs had them down by like 20. The San Antonio Spurs. So they weren't as unbeatable as people like to make them seem. The 2016 team, he brought up some good points. He said, wait a minute. This team was down 3-1 to KD's Thunder the round before that. So how are they so unbeatable? And then they can't be the greatest team of all time because they lost. So, and then finally, he brought up the last point, which is the bubble ring. This is why I can't really take LeBron fans seriously when they talk about competition. Did you see who they played in the finals in the bubble? Did you see how depleted that team was? Bam Adebayo. I think the number one scorer on that team was Goran Dragic. Goran Dragic was the number one scorer in the Miami Heat that year. But leave it to them. These are the toughest championship in NBA history. But then they'll go around and tell you how everybody else's championship was weak. How everybody else played nobody. But then make it seem like LeBron never had any help. LeBron was in NBA Finals with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love, bro. Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. Let LeBron fans tell it LeBron played with nobody. And I want to address one last quick point here that Rich Paul put out there over the weekend, that Michael Jordan would have never won those 6 championships without Scottie. Okay, great. So then LeBron would be 0-10 in the finals. I'm surprised Max Kellerman didn't say, okay, so fine. By that logic, LeBron James would be 0-10 because he wouldn't have won a championship without Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh. Well, he never did before he got to Miami. Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving and all of these guys. You could literally say the same thing. But in that moment, man, Rich Paul thought he was cooking. He thought, man, I'm laying it down right now, bro. I'm hitting him with the fit axe. He didn't know he wasn't saying a damn thing. Your man was making no point. So Chris Broussard, I think he pretty much put the nail in the coffin with this debate. This was a masterful. So when I saw this story, I damn near fell out of my chair laughing. The reason I fell out of my chair laughing is because LeBron fans are living in Narnia. All right? And it's like these guys walk on the yellow brick road every time they go outside, like they go to work or so, go to school or something. They're living in an alternate reality. We've done shows lives over the last 2 weeks where I was completely confounded by the stories. The most recent one was some reporting from Brian Windhorst where they said that LeBron is expecting the Lakers, just hear this, expecting the Lakers to offer him a max contract. And if they're not going to offer him max dollars, his camp wants an explanation as to what all the other money is going to be used for. I don't know if you guys are unaware. The Lakers had an opportunity to extend LeBron last year. And the Lakers said, we'll pass. So I was dumbfounded when a player that they didn't offer a contract last year is making demands for what he would like in the future when they already made it clear that they're not going to pay you. That's like a guy who asked a girl out on a date and she said no, right? And then later he goes and asks her on a date again to convince her to go on a date. And he says, but before we go on this date, I want you to explain to me why you are worthy of going on a date with me after she already rejected him the first time. The level of delusion is just through the roof, through the roof. And I said to myself, why would the Lakers pay a 42-year-old max dollars? This makes no bloody sense. And LeBron fans spent the last 2-3 weeks, Austin Reeves is going to, because Austin Reeves didn't play well in the playoffs. Austin Reeves is out of there. He's gone. Blah, 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 blah. Austin Reeves. So we got this post here. Some SBN basketball. It says this. The Lakers will prioritize re-signing Austin Reeves over LeBron James. If it comes down to whether you'd rather pay Austin $40 million per year for the next 5 years or LeBron $40 million for 1 year, they're going to prioritize the long-term contract. Austin is more of a priority for the Lakers than LeBron. That's just the fact. But it didn't stop there. We have another article, and it says this. Lakers expected to pick Austin Reeves over LeBron James if they face a $40 million contract dilemma. The Lakers are expected to choose Austin Reeves over LeBron James. Then it continues. The Lakers' offseason plans are headlined by what to do with the impending contract extensions for Austin Reeves and LeBron James. Johan Buha, a renowned NBA analyst who covers the Lakers, has revealed that the front office will almost certainly prioritize Austin Reeves over LeBron James if faced with the dilemma of choosing which one of them receives a $40 million contract. There are two big differences between LeBron and Austin right now. One, LeBron is a short-term solution. Austin is viewed by the franchise as a long-term cornerstone, said Buha on his podcast, most recent podcast. He said, so if it comes down to would you rather pay Austin $40 million for the next 5 years or LeBron $40 million for 1 year, they're going to prioritize the long-term contract here. So that's like Austin is more of a priority for the Lakers than LeBron is. That's just a fact. That's one part of it. The second part of it is that Austin is going to have a market. And LeBron, maybe he wants to go to Chicago or Brooklyn. I don't foresee that. But the issue with LeBron is that all the teams that are going to want LeBron are going to have somewhere between a vet minimum offer and a non-tax player MLE offer. So LeBron can't leverage the market against the Lakers the same way Austin can. Austin can go get a monster contract offer from Chicago or a monster contract offer from Brooklyn and put pressure on the Lakers to be like, they're about to pay me $40 million annually. Maybe I'll make a haircut. I'll take a haircut off of that, but you need to give me that 5th year, and it needs to be pretty close to $40 million. LeBron is not going to have the same leverage. So on some level, like I think it's really a leverage thing about a thing where Austin has leverage in terms of being a long-term piece for the franchise, where LeBron is at most a 2-year piece, not 1 or 2 year piece. And then Austin could actually go and get a max offer from people that LeBron is just not going to get because he doesn't want to play in Brooklyn or Chicago, and he doesn't really fit their timeline either. And then the article just goes on and 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 on. And I'll read this last part. It says this. LeBron can't say, oh, the Cavs are going to pay me $40 million. You have to pay me $40 million. That's not possible. So that's where I think from a leverage perspective, Austin has more leverage in this situation. And Austin, I think, is going to get a bigger contract with the Lakers because of that, or partly because of that. Oh, Lord. LeBron fans, what you got to say about this? The question you guys have to ask yourselves is this. Why wouldn't LeBron get an offer for a contract long term? LeBron fans, what do you got to say? Oh, they hate him. No, my boys. The man is 42 years old. No franchise worth its salt is going to spend $40-50 million per annum on a 42, 43-year-old player. No one is going to do that. Especially after what we just witnessed from the Thunder and the Spurs. If you think signing a 42-year-old to your roster is going to help you beat those young whippersnappers, you're a bloody idiot. You're living in Narnia. I told you. You're living in Narnia. So, given the fact that the Lakers are dealing with reality, it's high time LeBron fans also come to terms with reality. The man is old. Nobody's going to give him a long-term contract offer. No one is going to do it. Now, you guys could think that he could play until the end of time. That's great. The question is, what does the market feel? Now, LeBron is worth $1.45 billion, whatever the number is. I'm not here to count his pockets. God bless him. He's made all of his money, and I hope he continues to make more money, right? But at the same time, you got to face reality. If you're not willing to pay for a veteran minimum, and you're talking about your value, then go elsewhere and get the money. Leave the Lakers alone. If it's about your value, go somewhere else. But if you're telling the Lakers to punt on a younger star for you, you're insane. That means you're not even thinking about the Lakers. You want them to prioritize you. No. The Lakers have done enough. They got AD. They got Russell Westbrook. They got your son there. They got JJ Redick as the coach. I think the Lakers have done enough. Now, you can take what they have to offer, or you can gracefully leave. LeBron fans are just an interesting set of people. In these people's minds, I think they view LeBron James as some kind of deity. They think like this dude is Kratos or something. Seriously. Or Zeus or somebody like this. Because the way that they view him and the way the rest of us view him is two totally different things. What am I talking about here? I came across a clip of Rich Paul and Max Kellerman. And they were talking about LeBron. And Rich Paul had the courage, the chutzpah, the impetus to basically say LeBron James is the people's champ, like the sports icon, global icon, Muhammad Ali. Rich Paul compared LeBron James to Muhammad Ali. Take a listen to this clown show right here.
When you say legacy, how did you? What's the moment that you told that to LeBron?
Well, I mean, we were just having a conversation, and I was just like, "Look, I think this is probably the best situation. It may not happen overnight, but if you win one time in Cleveland, there's nothing else to be done because he already had rings. So it wasn't about he already had rings. Whether you have 2, 4, 6, 18, whatever, you're a champion. No one can say you're not a champion. But the idea of going back home, winning one, I felt that I always looked at LeBron to be more of what I would say was the people's champ in terms of, you know, like Muhammad Ali was. Mm-hmm. Even when he lost, I felt like people really embraced him.
He also did not shy away from the issues of his day.
Yeah, and so
I was always impressed by that. Controversial issue would come up, social, political issue, and I thought that there were 1 or 2 missteps I wasn't crazy about, but related to Daryl Morey in China, I didn't love that. But I understood he has a lot of business over there, and so did a lot of people. But basically, at every...
So you heard his comments. I want to read through some more people said. Don't compare LeBron to Ali. If LeBron was the people's champ, why is the media campaign to push for him? I think LeBron is more hated than loved, and not because of his game, because of stuff like this. They're trying to push narratives. Steph is more loved than LeBron. It's embarrassing that LeBron is sending these people to advocate his GOAT case. Far from helping him, I think they're doing him wrong. This is just a bad look, a reflection of how LeBron and his camp are trying to push the narrative. It is shameful. Another guy says, no one respects a player who had to run and team up with other stars just to win. Another guy says, nobody likes LeBron James. Stop begging us to like him. It will never happen. Rich Paul is LeBron as Memphis Bleak is to Jay-Z. Let me read a few another one. Another person with the laughing emoji. Another person with the glazing emoji. Another guy says, this guy is delusional. LeBron is as popular as Ali. Now I have heard it all. Another person said, actually, he's just the opposite. People hate him really and really hard. Another guy said, did he just compare LeBron to Muhammad Ali? Cancel this post. Another person said, somebody please get this dude away from a microphone. Another guy said, Bill Simmons needs to take this clown's microphone away. Another viewer, Rich Paul just gave us another reason to hate LeBron. You see, these guys don't get it because they are tone deaf and they live in a bubble. When you say things like this, it causes people to hate LeBron. It doesn't cause them to love him. You're comparing what Muhammad Ali stood for to LeBron winning a championship with the Cavaliers? Are you insane? That means you don't know anything that Ali stood for. Ali, that used to walk through the street, jogging, running with people, like not afraid of crowds. You talking about that Ali? Comparing to LeBron, who's pushing kids away from him. Don't touch me. Looking so angry when people go next to him. Getting cursed out in the middle of the street in Manhattan because he refused to sign pictures. Every time he goes outside, he's getting booed. He goes to a Lakers, LA Chargers game, he's getting booed. You're comparing that guy to Muhammad Ali? Are you insane? Did you even know anything about Ali's career? He gave up his title as the world champion in the peak of his prime because he stood up for what he believed for. He gave up his money and all of that. And LeBron is struggling with taking a minimum contract because of his respect. How dare you? But this is why LeBron is so hated. His fans don't get it. His fans think, oh, he cooking. Oh, no. Y'all are dumb annoying. You got Rich Paul out here talking about, oh, Michael Jordan grew up with his moms and his pops, and Kobe grew up with his parents, and LeBron. What the got to do with basketball, bro? What that got to do with basketball? Why are you talking about those people's upbringing to make a basketball argument? How much of a cornball are you, dog? These dudes are like living cornballs. Living in the flesh. These dudes are like the Legion of Doom of haters. Just make your case for LeBron. You're now bringing in Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali. You're going to compare LeBron James to Muhammad Ali. Ali that was willing to give up his entire career and go against the U.S. government based on his own convictions. Do you know how many people Ali inspires globally? You're comparing LeBron winning a title with the Cavaliers to that? And something that he did and then made it about himself at the end. Yeah, man, this right here made me to go. What are you talking about? It just shows me that Rich doesn't know anything about Muhammad Ali. That's all that statement exhibited for me. He doesn't know the story of Muhammad Ali in his life. He doesn't even know that. He doesn't even know it. Unreal, these people, man. I'm telling you. I am surprised these people have friends. These are by far the most annoying people in sports, and it's not even close. What's next, Rich? You gonna compare him to Jesus Christ too? I'm confused. What is next? You getting ready to compare LeBron James to Jesus Christ? Is that what's coming next? Is that what's coming next? The San Antonio Spurs are in the Western Conference Finals, and I'm super hyped. One of the reasons I'm super hyped is because, man, I picked the Spurs, you know what I mean, to go to the Western Conference, to go to the finals this year. And I just felt like Victor was the most deserving player to be the MVP. I felt like Victor was going to take an incredible leap this year, and that he did. I think what he did with the San Antonio Spurs this year is something that's absolutely incredible. Mind you, the Spurs did not make the playoffs the first 2 years Victor Wembanyama was in the NBA. His third season last year didn't even make the play-in, if I'm not mistaken. This year they come into the season, and not only do they make the playoffs, they make it to the NBA Finals. And they played the NBA champions en route of doing that. And Victor, in the playoffs so far, or rather actually in the Western Conference Finals, averaged 27.3 points per game, 10.9 rebounds per game, 1.4 steals, 2.7 blocks on 48% shooting from the field, 40% shooting from three. 89.5 shooting from the free throw line, and a box plus minus of 8.9. In the playoffs as a whole, he's averaging 23.2 points per game, 51% field goal shooting, 37% from the three, 87% from the free throw line, getting 10.8 rebounds a game, 2.7 assists, and 3.5 blocks with 11.1 box plus minus. But it goes beyond the numbers. And that's what sets Victor Wembanyama apart from, frankly, every single player in the NBA. And I think that Victor is the best player that we have in the world right now. It goes beyond just the numbers I just showed you. It goes to his leadership. As a year 3 player, Victor is exhibiting leadership well beyond his years. It goes to his defensive impact on a basketball game, which really doesn't show up in the box score. The only way you can measure Victor's greatness as a defensive player is by watching him play. And if you watched him play this series, I don't think anyone would have doubted that Victor was the best player in this series. There's no question about it. And I think that he is now the face of the NBA. He's the face of the NBA. I came across a photograph or post from Basketball Forever that really, really caught my attention. And I want to share this post with you guys. Let's put it up here. It says, first finals appearance, Jordan, year 7, Kobe, year 4, LeBron, year 4, Victor Wembanyama, third season. It then wrote, Victor Wembanyama will make the finals debut just 3 seasons into his NBA career. That's faster than Kobe, LeBron, and MJ. Now, here's what's interesting about this. This guy, it's also his first playoffs. It's also his first playoffs. And to me, this image here indicates that Victor is on a march towards greatness. He is on a march towards all-time greatness. And let me tell you guys how I feel about Victor. I cannot express to you the excitement I have around this guy. I haven't felt this excited for an NBA player in a very, very long time. And I'm going to tell you why I like Victor. Obviously, it's for the fact that he plays on both sides of the floor. I like his extreme humility. I like the fact that he's extremely competitive, almost a psycho. I like the fact that he's a team guy. If you watch the game after the Spurs advanced to the finals, the media couldn't even get a hold of him. He spent the entire time just, celebrating with his teammates. And I think that Victor is going to create a lot of fans out of people because he's taken the game back to the essence of where it needs to be, which is competition, man. That's what's been missing in this NBA game. We've gotten away from the competition of it all. That's what got away from us. And I think that he's bringing that old school energy back. And the game sat like it sorely needs it. You watch all-star games, this dude is competitive about all-star games. He's completely changing the narrative, and he's putting an end to this whack-ass era that we've been a part of, man. Enough of this kumbaya, paint my fingernails, give me a hug, blow me a kiss. Like, we done with all of that, bro. We getting back to the competitiveness of it, the nastiness of it. That's what sports is about. It's about competition. And this guy, if he wins a championship, obviously he's not going to be greater than all these people on this list. But there's no question that he's on his way. That he is on his way. And I think it's a beautiful thing. I think Victor becoming the face of the NBA is going to be a great thing for young fans to see somebody that looks like they can be a real role model to these younger guys. The guy is so humble. And the excitement that you feel is like, how can you not like this guy? How can you not? I think I put up a post. No, I don't think. We put up a post on the channel. I believe it was a day ago. No, about a day ago. And I wrote this. Who's the face of the NBA? And I gave people 4 options. Wemby, LeBron, Luka, Curry. By the way, go vote if you haven't. Of the 5,000 voters, 82% of the people voted for Victor. 82%. 7% voted for LeBron. 4% voted for Luka. 7% voted for Curry. Some people ask, well, why did you put up Luka there? Well, you play for the Lakers. You're their best player. You always got to throw in the Lakers in there, right? So that's the reason why I did that. And if you read through the comments, man, there's just this excitement in the room about this guy. I remember when he had the 41 and 24 rebound game. People were like, nah, Charles, you're hyping it up too much, man. You're hyping it up. It's only game 1. I'm like, what you want me to do, bro? We going to wait to the end of the season? What, you want me to wait to the end of his career to hype him? Nah, we going to go as we go. If he plays well tonight, we're going to give him his props. If he doesn't play that well, we're going to get on him, and so on and so forth. But the guy came through and he did it, man. He did it. The Spurs did it. And you can see the camaraderie around that team. I hope this turns into a dynasty. And I hope this guy, well, I think he's the face of the NBA right now, and he's going to usher in a new era, man. It's time. It's time. It is time. A lot of the other people that they tried to make the face, they were not on this level. I'm sorry to say. Ant-Man is not on this level, bro. These guys were not in the finals. John Morant was not on this level. He was not in the finals. I forgot who else. Zion Williamson was never serious to begin with. Never. His extracurricular activities just threw him out the conversation. But this dude seems serious, and I'm happy that people are embracing him, because you should, man. Victor Wembanyama is the real deal.